think everyone understands what the E and the S and the G stand for, environmental, social, and governance. But what are people actually looking at when they talk about ESG? Under environmental, there are a number of things that pertain to just the development phase. And then there are other things that are relevant along the entire operation of the property. Under social, there are some things that pertain to all companies and are fairly obvious. Do you have a diversity of skills and of viewpoints within your organization? And then there are others that are less well known. How are you managing your relationship with the community? And then finally, under governance, we're really trying to look here at what is the quality of management. So why would we look at any of these things? We're looking for factors that can influence the long-term sustainability of an organization. What is ESG investing? So on the left-hand side, you have ESG integration. And what that refers to is that you're looking at ESG factors among many factors in your investment analysis. On the right-hand side is a thematic approach to ESG, and this is where specific ESG factors are driving investment decisions. So the negative screening is well known. It's called SRI, often, socially responsible investing. What that refers to is the exclusion of certain types of business activities from your portfolio, or maybe even countries. On the right-hand side is the positive screening, and essentially how this is expressed is sometimes it's a best-in-class approach, or it can be something more thematic, or it can be in the fixed income space, it can be something like green bonds and social bonds. So when we look at ESG investing, how big is it really? So the largest bar there, the one that's about 20 trillion, that is the SRI category. And then the next biggest bar is the ESG integration. And then from the right on, the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh bars, they all refer to basically thematic approaches. So there are really three factors that have driven the growth. And this belief that there's materiality of ESG factors has become fairly well accepted, and that has been the biggest driver of growth in ESG. The second factor is really client demand. And then the third factor that's driven growth is really regulation. I think it's helpful to look elsewhere outside of the US, especially at Europe as a model. So this phenomenon in Europe has been going on for a while, and the regulation actually, I would say, came after the investor desire to do it. Probably the most interesting trend is that the social bond component, which was fairly small and muted before, this year has grown quite a bit. And we have seen quite a few REITs, I'd say, in the smaller US bond market have issued green bonds. And I think other sectors are also catching on to that. And so you see a little more diversification in the types of issuers that are issuing green bonds.